You are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin.
What is going down? What is going down? This is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin. Welcome to the show, guys. If you're new to the podcast, welcome to the show. If you're into anime, nerd culture, and most importantly, video games, you come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. This is podcast episode number 360. 360 episodes, man. Dropping pretty much every Monday. Going on almost 8 years. That's crazy. That is a lot of shows, man. I want to thank everybody for listening, though, once again, and just being a part of the family. It's a special feeling to know that there's people out there who actually look forward to hearing you talk about the things that you love, which are anime and video games and all of that nerd shit. You know, it's just cool, man. I mean, I really have no words for it. I just want to thank everybody for listening. Everybody who's ever listened. I don't care if it was one podcast. I don't care if it was 100. If you have listened to this show, thank you very much. And I hope if you're new and listening for the first time that you come back and do it again and again and again. So with that being said, guys, I don't have a big show. There's a lot of stuff going on my side of the tracks right now. We're in the process of moving. This will be the final podcast in this godforsaken apartment. And I cannot fucking wait to get out of here and talk to you guys next week from the new, sometimes I call it the back cave, sometimes I call it the man cave, whatever. But I cannot wait. Just so much stuff in the air. I'm constantly moving stuff little by little, piece by piece to the new place. We had some issues with the flooring a little bit in the man cave, just a little creaking here and there, but they fixed that. It's looking pretty good, man. I've been just doing some window shopping for just stuff for the room, trying to find a couch / bed for the room. I'm thinking about adding another TV in there for strictly just watching stuff, even though my monitor is pretty good for that. It's pretty cool. But sometimes, you may want to just lounge, like really, really lounge out and watch some stuff on your own, in your privacy of the man cave. And I don't know, it's just something about that. So I'm definitely thinking about doing that as well. And I'm not going to rush it. I told you guys last week, yes, I'm very excited about this and the process and all of that, but I have to go in with the mindset that I cannot have everything at once, and you shouldn't. Okay. What would a man cave be if you couldn't add to it as time went by, right? You got to leave some spaces open to add new things and you discover new things, right? So that's how I'm kind of looking at it now. So at one point I wanted to just get in there and start taking everything and just putting it all in there. And I had to, draw back on that and say, you know what? Let me be more organic with it. Okay. Because I have all these collectibles and all these things that I would love to just open them all and put them in there immediately. But I have to say, no, let's take a step back. Let's build around what you're trying to do here. Right. So that includes buying new stands, researching, doing all those type of things that I have been doing, and opening things and adding things as they come. Okay. It's okay to have stuff still in the box, still in the package that won't be able to come out yet because you don't have a spot for it or you don't have the right stand, all those type of things. So I'm definitely feeling that way now. And I'm glad that I kind of had that realization. And like I said, I'm just so excited. I'm like a kid in a candy store. I cannot wait to get in here and just bask in the ambiance. But it's all good. Like I said, guys, this is going to be a butter-free environment for me. No butter on the table when it comes to Studio MacGyver's Man Cave. I can't wait. It's going to be a place of healing. I told you guys before, if you're new to the podcast, I was basically trying to say that when I had my man cave before, which I currently don't have one now because my shit is just out in the open. I didn't have a place to go and retreat. I don't currently now, but I will this time next week have a room where all of my things are, and it just gives off a certain vibe and a different feel to the room, a different aura to the room when you're surrounding yourself with things you cherish, things you love, some of your favorite things, and it just kind of calms you down whenever you're feeling a certain type of way sometimes. And I just cannot wait to get back to that is what I'm trying to say here. And it's close. It's so close. I can taste it, but not there yet. So going to do this last show. And then I will, next week, you'll be hearing from me, and I will be in the new spot, in the new man cave. I cannot wait, man. You just don't understand. I don't know how else or what else to say. Just very excited right now, man. It's crazy. But anyway, not a lot to go and talk about this week, guys. It's been kind of slow. We've had a couple releases. We got another release coming. We have Stellar Blade coming out, which I'm not going to get to play, sad face, because it comes out the same day that I'm moving all my gaming stuff over to the new place, because the movers come the following day, which is a Saturday. So I won't be playing that. And I'll be so busy trying to get the room together and trying to get my hookup and my setup right again so that I can make another podcast on Sunday for you guys Monday. And I'll probably be exhausted from the move, and I have to actually go into work that Sunday morning, which I usually don't work in the mornings, but this is my first morning type of thing on a Sunday. So I'm going to be doing that, and I'll probably just be out of it for the first few days. Just trying to basically get used to the new place and kind of settle in. And hopefully after that, the following week, maybe I can get into some Stellar Blade. But I'm just really playing Rise of the Ronin, and I'm in there really deep right now. Pause. But I've been playing the shit out of it, and I'm going to get to that as well. But yeah, so much going on right now in my world, and it should be back to normal after next week. So the end of next week should be great for me now. I could finally settle in and get back to normalcy. So that's what I'm trying to do. But right now, everything's kind of chaotic. So yeah, that's me right now. But I do want to talk a little bit a little bit about my anime watch list. And I definitely want to talk about a little bit of some PS5 Pro talk. I definitely want to get into that with you guys. And also some games, a couple of games actually that I want to play, but I don't have them yet, that I want to buy eventually. I'm going to talk about a couple of those. Long-term listeners probably have heard the names of these games, but like I said, so many games, so many things to talk about. You probably forgot about them. And sometimes I find myself forgetting too. So I'll talk about those real quick. And they're also budget games too. I don't know the prices necessarily, but I do know they're not full price. They're definitely discounted. And depending on when you want to buy them, you can even get a bigger discount. So I'll be talking about that. And also a little bit of some Final Fantasy talk a little bit there, and a little bit of some Fallout talk as well in the mix. And some BLOODBORNE as well. So there's just a few things I'm just going to be talking about, glazing over. And I can't wait. Let's get into it. So first, let's talk about my anime watch list. Now, it's pretty boring. Pretty much watching the same stuff. I'm on season 2 of Girlfriend. If you haven't checked out this anime, please do so. If you're into harem animes, you definitely need to watch this. If you're not into harem animes, you should look to get into harem animes. And I think a lot of you guys would like it. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, and I didn't think it was mine either until I started watching them. And I was just strictly shonen and action based everything. But come to find that expanding your palette is always a good thing in anything, life, just whatever you tend to do. If you stick to the same thing, it's going to get very bland and it's going to be very boring, and you're not going to find out new things about yourself. You always find out new things about yourself that you didn't even know you really cared about or liked when you kind of start expanding your palette, expanding just different experiences sometimes. And that's in genres and games, movies, anime, and everything else under the sun. And this is just anime. So like I said, shonen is number one in my book always and forever. If you want to change it up and you want some different flavors, on your palate, man, definitely harem is the way to go. And there's some other ones as well that I like, but yeah, man, you can't go wrong with the harem shit. At least I can't. I love them. But I'm watching season 2 of that right now. And I wanted to get into the Fate series. Okay. Fate Stay Night, Fate Zero. Those are the OGs, the best of the best. Okay. If you guys don't know what Fate Zero is, I mean, I highly recommend this anime. It's a shonen based anime, and it's chef's kiss, guys. Okay. You have to watch Fate Zero. Then you have to watch Fate Stay Night, Unlimited Blade Works. These are fucking masterpieces. Okay. Production wise and all that. These are the same people who did Demon Slayer. Okay. High quality. UFO Table is the company. Okay. And they are fucking pristine. All right. So anything they touch for the most part is goddamn gold. So yeah, definitely trying to get into that series. Now, not all Fate series are created equal. And, I think they had some on Netflix, and those, that studio was not the same. And you definitely saw that. But that doesn't mean the stories aren't great. So I kind of wanted to get into some of those. I haven't really watched any since those two. I tried the one on Netflix and it was okay. And then I kind of left it alone. But there's so many of them out there, man. I mean, that I didn't even realize. So I kind of want to go there. There's just so many things that I could be watching, that I should be watching. I definitely want to get back into One Piece. I think I'm like almost 400 episodes in there. I want to get back on that train. Also, My Hero Academia, I'm really behind in that. And I want to, catch up to that and get those out of the way. And also, I think No Guns Life, I wanted to finish that. So there's a lot of stuff still left on the table for me that I could still be watching, that I would like to still watch. And I'm eventually going to finish and watch when I get some time. So yeah, there's always something for me to watch here, So those are the things that I want to kind of check off my list on my anime watch list here in the next couple of weeks. I'll definitely keep you guys posted on what I see, and there may be some surprises, because sometimes sometimes you plan on watching something or doing something, and then you end up completely turning a different direction in the fork in the road. And next thing you know, oh my God, I discovered this, or I'm watching this now. Okay. So whatever it is that falls into my lap, I will definitely give you guys an update as the weeks and the shows and the episodes progress. Trust me, I do not want to keep anything from you guys, especially for something that I discovered that is really awesome. I'm definitely going to let you guys know about it. Now let's move on and let's talk about PlayStation Pro. All right. And the big talk about all of that. And I'm a big Sony guy. Some would call me a Sony pony. Okay. I love Sony. I love their games. I love their relationship in the Japanese market and Japanese culture. I love the Japanese culture, and I love a lot of the stuff that they do. And Sony fits right in there. Okay. They're a Japanese company, and they just make great games to me. I mean, the current game I'm playing right now and I can't get enough of is a Sony exclusive. And there's another Sony exclusive coming out in 2 Shakes of a Lamb's Tail on the 26th. So we're talking about Stellar Blade here, and that's going to be another awesome game. I just know it. So Final Fantasy 16, so many things, so many gems. But anyway, the PS5 Pro, I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. Look, yes, I love Sony, but I'm not going to sit here and shill for them. Okay. I'm not going to get on my knees and unbuckle Sony's pants and begin to do strange things to Sony's parts in the dark. Okay. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to keep it real. Even though I love Sony, I'm going to keep it fucking real. All right. And when I have to say this, because I don't know if anybody else will, the PS5 Pro is a waste of money. I'm just keeping it real. I said it. I'll say it again so you can hear it. It's a waste of money. Okay. If you have a PS5 right now, you do not need to buy the PS5 Pro. Please don't do it. All right. Because all they're going to do is wait a couple more years, and they're going to put out the real version that they really intend to put out. All right. I think this system is going to be $600. Okay. And if you dig really deep and you read between the lines, it's only going to be about 10% more powerful. Okay. And their focus on this system is just ray tracing. That is not sexy at all. Okay. In my opinion. Okay. If you want to get me in the bed, let's talk about, okay, maintaining a solid, steadfast 60 frames at least. And I'm talking about at the base and beyond. Okay. Even flirting with 120. Okay. If you talk to me about that. Okay. Talk to me about the same things that you talked about before the PS5 came out. These are all the same things that they were saying that Sony was talking about before the PS5's release. Of course, to sell the consoles, right? All these things. They've also mentioned a lot of games that were coming out on certain dates that never came out, that got pushed back. It's just a bunch of PR nonsense, man. And you have to read between the lines, no matter how biased you are. And I had to look at myself in the mirror and ask myself a couple questions, and I couldn't lie to myself. Sony has told us things. They have said they were going to do things. Not just them, of course. Every company has done it. Xbox has done it. Lots of people have. But this is just something that needs to be addressed. Because I don't want anybody out there thinking that, oh, this is going to be better than it. No, it's not. Okay. They're still going to be struggling to put a lot of games and keep them at 60 frames per second, guys. And like I said, their emphasis is on ray tracing. And even then, it's only going to be a subpar adjustment. Okay. So don't get excited thinking that, oh, this PS5 Pro is going to save the world, because it's not. Okay. It's just not. They're not going to put a gap too big between the two because they want to sell games. That's their main goal. They want to sell games. So millions of people have the PS5 now. They're not going to alienate those people for the sake of a few extra million people. Okay. In other words, every game that comes out for the PS5 Pro will still come out for the PS5. There's no difference. Nothing's going to change that. Okay. There may be one or two options in certain games, and I probably do mean a very few, that will give you an option for ray tracing or something like that. They're not going to make it a night and day type of situation. But a lot of people get high off the fact that Sony has something new coming out and that it's just a little bit more powerful, and it will make them go into their pockets and spend this money. If you want to waste your money, or if you have money to spare and you want to just do that, then hey, it's your prerogative, do that. But I'm just here to tell you, if you have a PS5 now, you don't need it. Now, if you're thinking about getting a PS5 and don't have one, and this is out, then you may want to ask yourself, okay, here are some questions I might want to ask. And is it worth me spending that extra $100 or whatever it is that it's going to be to get this version? Now, you could do that. And that's probably the only time it would make sense, in my humble opinion. But it's not going to be a night and day difference regardless. Even if you choose to get a PS5 and you just get the OG PS5, you're not taking any L's here. It's going to be the same for the most part. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. I'm telling you. So don't do it. Okay. And I'm telling you this because I care. I'm telling you this because it's something that I would do or wouldn't do. And I'm just trying to save you guys some money. That's all I'm trying to do. Don't waste your money on this. This is just another PR stunt. And if you don't believe me and you know how much of a Sony pony that I am, then I don't know what to tell you, because that's all I have to say about it. Just don't do it, guys. Okay. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about it. So I'll let you guys make your decisions and do everything as you see fit. Moving on. I wanted to talk a little bit about some games that I want to play. I don't know why I haven't played them yet, to be honest with you guys. It's just the moons hadn't lined up correctly, and it's just sometimes it happens. I'm sure we all have a few games that we could probably think of and say, man, I really never got a chance to play that, and I really wanted to. And I would like to play that at one point in time. And sometimes it becomes some of your all-time favorites, and sometimes they just turn into something that, I finally got a chance to play this, and I was happy with what I was able to play. And these two games for me are, one is a game of the year, okay, and the other one is a cult classic with a cult following, and they've done something that I think a lot of devs should continue to do if they're passionate about their project, and they have actually done it. First game I'm talking about is Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice. It's a game that I just, for whatever reason, never got around to playing because it was either something else out around that time. The money I couldn't afford to get everything, and just time went on and other things came out and I just never got a chance to get to it. So that's one I want to get. And this game has been out for years. Okay. So I'm sure if I wanted to pick it up now, I could probably find it for 30, maybe $35 brand new or something like that. That's a pretty good price. And it's a last gen game technically as well. So that's definitely one I'm going to add to the library. Definitely want to play it. That one had Game of the Year. So it's definitely worth it. It's a From Software game. You know what I'm saying? So you know that it's going to, it's going to live up to the hype. And, that's one. Okay. The other game is one. It came out Valentine's Day, I want to say 2023. I want to say 2023 Valentine's Day is when it came out. It could have been 2022. No, I think it was, 2023. But anyway, this game goes by the name of Wanted Dead. Game takes place in Hong Kong, and you play this female cop. Well, actually female, she's not a cop. She's working with the cops, but she's a female ex-criminal. Okay. She's part, I guess you could call her a cyborg. She has cyborg parts. I mean, but, it's an over the top action shooter. I don't even know what else to call it, but it's just a wonky kind of, one of those cult following type of games. And, when it came out, it was okay. A lot of people, I think the average score for this game was maybe a 6 out of 10, which isn't bad. It was just something I really felt like playing. It just looked cool. You run around shooting people, but you also had a samurai sword and you were decapitating people and doing all these things, right? And mixing them all together and just making shit look badass, right? Well, there was a lot of issues with the game. Okay. Listening to the reviews and things of that, just some technical and some things that just the way the game was implemented and made. There were some things that could have been changed for the better. And this company listened to all of that because after being out for over a year, that game is still being updated. Okay. It's had a major update recently that fixed a lot of things that people were griping about, and they've added new things. They've added buffs. They've added new skills to skill trees. All of these things they've fucking put in this game, because if you read or if you know anything about the studio, they basically, this is like their passion project. This is something they wanted to do. And I was so thankful that they were able to keep supporting this game even after it was done. And that also says a lot about them and how they feel about their game, because most of these studios who come out with these type of games, they have a set window of when or how long they can work on a project and post game, right? They can, you have 2 months, you can work on this, 2 more months for future updates and this and that. And then after that, we're moving on to the next project. With this one here, for whatever reason, I don't know the ins and outs of everything, but I know that they were able to keep working on this for so long, even a whole year after, and keep making improvements. That's how passionate they felt about this game. And they wanted to get more feedback, and they have been getting it, and they've been implementing it in the updates. And I'm so glad I didn't play it day one when it came out and everything like that, which I was going to buy. I'm so glad I waited and I got distracted, because this is going to be another one of those games, which is probably going to be $20 now. I think it's about $20 now. You can find it online now. Last time I checked, and it's going to have all these updates, and I'll be able to get that experience that I was really hoping that I might get from it. And I'll love it that much more for it now. So this is the type of thing I talk about when I say that updates are good for games, because it's a double-edged sword. There are good things about updates and there are bad things about updates. And we could argue both. Okay. One in particular, right now I'm currently playing Rise of the Ronin, and there's a move, which I don't use, and I don't use the weapon, but it's a dual blade weapon or style that a lot of people like using, and it's supposedly nerfed now, and a lot of people are salty about that. And when you fall in love with something in a game and then they get a fucking update, now you're always worried about the nerfs or the buffs, mainly the nerfs, because a move you loved or something you like to do in the game that it was part of your bread and butter, now it's being stripped away from you. So those are the type of things that people don't like about them. It's made people just stop playing the games altogether because of it, depending on what kind of game it is and what the patch, implemented. So it can be a gift and a curse. All right. It can also be a good thing. Like, the game could come out kind of spotty and suspect, and over time, the devs can go back in there and fix things and make shit right. Okay. And that's kind of, what I'm talking about here. They went in there and they were able to support this game and continue to support this game to make it the best game they could be, especially, listening to the input of the fans of the game and being able to listen and actually make those things happen. That's the beautiful side of it. And that's the side that I think I'm going to love. And when I do play the game, I'll be able to share it with you guys, as well. So this is definitely one I want to add to the library, and I will. And I cannot wait to play that one too. So when I have some downtime on some of these other games, and I'm kind of just wanting to add to the library, maybe it's a Black Friday or something, I'm going out, I'll pick something like this up. No doubt about it. And Sekiro and this will probably be both at the same time. Okay. And anything else I passed up, like, what else is out there? There's another game I've been really wanting to play and I still haven't got a chance to play it yet. And it's digital only. And this is one of the first digital only games that don't have a physical game. Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 is another game I really want to play. And eventually I will. By the time I do get around to playing it, it'll probably be on a Supercell or something like that. And I'll probably pay like $20 for it, which is fine. I'm not, that's the beautiful thing of gaming. There's so many games now at your disposal. You can probably just go on a binge of nothing but sales and just stay in that realm. Okay. By the time you finished half of the library in the sale department that you bought, the ones that are coming out now will then be on sale. So you'll just find yourself in an endless loop of playing games that went on sale, right? If you're not hung up on, I need to play it now, day one, like when everybody else is playing it, then you're in a good place. You're in a perfect place because all your games are going to be $20 or $30, and that's where you want to fucking be. Now, there's some games you just can't resist. I know me personally as a gamer, I have to get day one, and that's just what it is. But there are some games that I can wait on and play later. And some you actually slap yourself and say, man, I can't believe I waited on this. I really love this game. And Rise of the Ronin is kind of like one of those games. I didn't wait too long because I still pay full price. But what I'm saying is I went with Dragon's Dogma first, thinking I was going to go like that game more. But I ended up loving Rise of the Ronin more than Dragon's Dogma. So you have those kind of surprises all the time as well. So it is what it is. But happy to report that I will be playing these two games eventually at some point in time. And I'll let you guys know. I'll probably post it on Instagram or some shit like that. But yeah, definitely can't wait to play these two. Can't think of any more right now, but I'm sure there's some other ones out there that I would like to get a chance to play. But, if they pop up, I will let you know for sure. Final Fantasy 16, let's jump there real quick because the update looks very beefy, guys. I had a chance to look at some of the patch notes. I'm not going to mention them here, but there's a lot of them. Okay. There's a lot of buffs. There's a lot of added things like fucking, like gear. What's the word I'm looking for? Not mods, but, different, what is the fucking word that I'm looking for? Different, I want to say builds, but, different loadouts. That's what I'm trying to say. The ability to change your loadouts too. And apparently it looks like you're going to be able to change them on the fly. So you can, I think I was reading that right, but man, I'll definitely dig a little deeper and find that out. But they've added a lot of shit. They've added new side quests. They've extended some things that happen in the side quests. A lot of the moves and things are done for the better. There's a lot of stuff. I think it's like almost 3 gigabytes is what this update is going to be about. So it's definitely going to be a great time to replay Final Fantasy 16 when I do get back on it. I told you guys that I beat the game already, but I want to go back and play both DLCs, and they're out now. And I will be playing them at some point this summer. That's my time frame. I think this summer to try to get to it and play them. In other words, I won't play Final Fantasy 16 again until I have the DLCs. Definitely for sure. It's one of my favorite Final Fantasy games. I love the fucking story, man. And if you haven't played it and you want a fucking awesome story, man, you're going to love it. And not just the story, but the combat is ridiculous. A lot of people, like I said, well, I ain't going to say a lot, but there are some people who frown down upon the new direction they went with this game because it was a single protagonist. You only controlled Clive, which was the main character. You couldn't control your teammates or anybody else in your party. And that made some people salty. But me personally, I applaud Square Enix for trying something new in their franchises, their Final Fantasy franchises, and making them different, making them all stand alone. And that's what I like about this game. It's not like any other Final Fantasy game in a lot of different ways. And that's what makes it stand alone in its own. And that's what makes it my favorite Final Fantasy game, besides Final Fantasy X. Okay. But if I had to pick one, it'd be, if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Final Fantasy 16. The only thing I miss that I think Final Fantasy 16 should have had is more lore. But there is a decent amount of lore in there. I guess I should say more lore to find, more lore to interact with in the game. Not necessarily lore in general. Like in general, the game has pretty good lore and it gives you an option. You can actually go back and look over the conversations and, get your stuff from what's going on in that world and how everything's going. That is there. But as far as interacting with it, like some of these other games, I think it could have had more of that. But other than that, man, the game is the shit. Okay. Even without that, I still love the game. I can't wait to go back in there eventually and play. I love Clive as a character and Jill. Oh my God. I love them so much. His brother, like it goes hard. The game, the characters, they have some of the coolest characters, man. You just have to fucking play it. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, that update is going to be huge. So can't wait for that. Next, I want to talk about Fallout because Fallout is just kind of out here, man, in these digital streets and in these Hollywood streets. I've been watching the Fallout series. Me and my son, we actually got 3 episodes done today. I think we watched it. Yeah, we woke up, laid in bed, and we watched 3 episodes today. So we watched 2, then we watched 3 more. So we got 5 under our belt now. I think there's only 3 more episodes left that we have. And like I said, I'm not going to cheat and watch any more behind his back or anything. We're going to have to watch it together, and we probably won't be able to watch them again until maybe we may be able to watch a couple of them Saturday because I'm not doing anything but moving in the new place and doing all that. So might be able to take a break there and get that done. But, or maybe even, we'll probably do it then and maybe get one in Sunday night or something. But the show is awesome. The show is fucking incredible, guys. From what I've seen so far, my best friend told me that it was the shit, and he told the truth. It's good. It's really good. I really like the characters. I really like where it's going. Man, they got something on their hands here. This is Amazon Prime, and it is the shit. So if you haven't seen Fallout, definitely check it out. You don't have to be a fan of the series to watch it. It's just a good show, period. But if you are a fan of the Fallout series, it's even better because the Easter eggs and everything that they have in here is just, it's a treat. That's all I'm going to say to you. It's a treat. You're talking to somebody who's played pretty much every Fallout there is, except for Fallout 76. And I probably never will play that one. But every other Fallout game I have played, and I just love that series. I love what they've done and what they were able to do with the show. It's just amazing, man. So highly recommend it. If you're a fan or not, just if you have Amazon Prime, check out this fucking show. All right. It's fucking awesome. But speaking of Fallout, apparently my son downloaded it today. I think he did. Yeah. He is playing Fallout 4. So Fallout 4 is on the Game Pass right now. Popped up on the Game Pass. So if you have Xbox Game Pass, you should definitely check out Fallout 4. It's there. There's a huge update coming in April. I want to say April 16th, if I'm correct. But there's going to be an update coming, and you're going to be able to, they're going to just revamp everything. I mean, the graphics and everything like that is going to be 60 frames. They're going to fix all the bugs that they, just lots of stuff implemented. I can't believe this game came out that long ago. Like this shit came out like almost 10 years ago, I think. Man, it's been a minute. So yeah, Fallout 4 is getting a hella-fied update. And I think it's just like $5 or something if you already had the game. Man, do I have Fallout 4 somewhere? Oh, I've played it. I've played it. So it's got to be somewhere. But yeah, so looking forward to that, man. I think it should still be out in April on Game Pass, and that Game Pass update should be cool. So I think I'll play it there. But yeah, looking forward to that. Miss the VAT system. I really missed the VATS system, man. And Fallout 4 definitely did that. And Fallout New Vegas is still my favorite Fallout. I love everything about that game. Even the janky ass engine, okay, that Bethesda has, it's got a charm to it. It's got a special charm to it. And I just really love it. So I don't think there'll ever be another franchise that can touch that, that Bethesda will make that will touch that. Like I said, their space adventure was okay, and I never finished it. I never really got back into it. Maybe I will one day. I don't know, but I don't think it's touching the Fallout series. But anyway, a lot of Fallout love. Definitely encourage you guys to check out the show. And a lot of you who haven't played Fallout 4, if you have the Game Pass, it's free right now. Or if you don't and you want to wait, hey, wait till April, man, and do it there. So there's always something to play. There's always something around the corner. That's what I love about being a gamer. There's plenty to do. There's so much to find, explore, and stumble upon out there for you. So even if you're not trying to get something new, you just want to play something that you haven't played. I mean, just so many options for discounted prices. You can take $10, $15, $20 and go and find something worth the experience. So happy gaming to everyone. Okay. All right. Last but not least, this is one I want to just brush over real quick that I didn't even know existed. But BLOODBORNE actually has a fucking comic book. Did not know that. They have a comic book and it's been out for a while. Okay. Apparently volume number 6 is coming out soon this year. And a lot of people are really excited about it. And apparently this is really lore driven. So I'll tell you one thing about BLOODBORNE. Out of all the From Software games, if I had to give the lore a grade on the ones I experienced, the only one I think From Software game I have not played is Sekiro's. I think that's it. Every other one I think I've played, at least dabbled in, right? And the lore in this game here is second to none, in my opinion. I think BLOODBORNE has some of the best lore out of all of those games. That is it's ridiculous. And that's saying something, because Elden Ring has some shit too. But Bloodborne's lore, man, I just love the lore. Always have, always will. Love the characters. I mean, it's just so good. Okay. And knowing that they have a book out here now, that makes me want to go find out what's up with the other 5 chapters right now and read up on that. And I mean, I know nothing else about it. I don't know if we're going to be learning about any of the other characters that we run into and more backstory and more lore on them. Like, who knows? I don't. Okay. But now I want to. I really want to know. So with that being said, yes, I definitely want to check this out. But I didn't know that was even a thing. And we're now getting to that point where when it comes to video games, we're getting more, what's the word I'm looking for? We're getting more fluff in a good way. Good fluff, though, from these franchises, God of War, these spinoffs, and, The Last of Us, all these things. These are good things, and people are actually doing good jobs on them. Okay. These shows are actually good. This Fallout show is fucking sick. It's very good. And these spinoffs are now being taken very seriously. And I love it. I'm here for it. All of it. So whenever I see things like this, books and all of these type of things, anime does it too. The manga, you might see anime, you're like, yo, I really love this anime. A lot of the time, there are stories within the stories that they don't show us, and you have to go out and get them in other ways. Like, you may only get to find out more things about this said character if you go read this fucking, short novel over here, right? And they touch on some of these other things, on some of these other characters, that type of thing. That shit is dope to me. They did it with Nier Automata. They did it with so many other ones. And I love the fact that they do that with the anime, with the games, and just expanding and giving the audience what they want, more of something a lot of the time. And I think that's going to do it. I mean, that's going to do it for the show, guys. Like I said, it's another short one, but I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Going to be back next week, and it will be in the man cave live from Studio MacGyver's Bat Cave. Okay. Oh, can't wait. I'm just so happy about that. I hope you guys feel it. And yeah, thank everybody for listening. Thank everybody for downloading and streaming. If you're new, please come back. We do this every Monday, same bat time, same bat channel. Check me out on all my social media handles, guys, on Twitter /X at Studio MacGyver. Okay. At Random Gameplay Pimpin on YouTube, at Random Gameplay Pimpin on TikTok. Check me out there as well. I should also check out the Discord as well. I think that's at Studio MacGyver too. I'll give you guys more information on that. I'm trying to get the Discord thing popping. And yeah, that's gonna do it, man. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna edit this real quick, and then I'm gonna try to pack some more stuff and get some more ideas on what to do next for the man cave. But I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for being part of the family, and I'll see you guys next week, man. This is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. See you next time.